All right, let's talk about a language that, let's be honest, a lot of people have written off as a bit of a dinosaur, a relic from a different time in tech. But what if I told you that right now, in 2026, Java is quietly having this huge second act? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the surprising truth about how this legacy language became a modern powerhouse. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and tackle the question that's probably on your mind. I mean, with all the hype around Python for AI, Rust for super secure systems, and Go for all things cloud, you'd be totally forgiven for thinking Java's best days are long gone. But is that really what's happening? To really get to the bottom of this, we've got to start with the myth itself, the idea of old Java. Yeah, let's go ahead and acknowledge the big old dinosaur in the room and the story that everyone seems to tell about it.
And this right here is that story in a nutshell. The popular narrative is that Java is slow to start up, it's a memory hog, and it just can't hang with the cool new kids on the block. You know, it's the language of big, slow, boring corporate software. But the real question is, how true is that story today? Okay, to find out, let's get into the reality. In the numbers. This is where it gets interesting because we're going to separate what's just popular to search for online from what's actually running the most important stuff out there in the real world. So let's check out the TIOB index from just this month, February 2026. And yeah, no surprise, Python is sitting at number 1, mostly thanks to that AI gold rush we're all living through. But look who's sitting right there, comfortably at number 4, Java. Still a top-tier player. That kind of suggests there's a much deeper story going on here.
And that leads us to a really important point. Popularity is one thing, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. What developers are Googling isn't the same thing as what the world's most critical systems are actually built with. You gotta look a little deeper. And when you do look deeper at what professional developers are actually using for their jobs, the 2025 Stack Overflow survey tells a really powerful story. Nearly a third of them are actively using Java. And we're not talking about side projects here. This is the software people get paid to build and maintain every single day. And here's the big one. Here's why that matters. A staggering 90%, 90 of Fortune 500 companies run their core mission-critical systems on Java. It's that reliable workhorse that just works. It's literally the backbone of global business. So how on earth did Java stay this relevant? Well, it sure wasn't by standing still. The language has gone through a full-blown modern renaissance, a super-fast evolution that has completely changed the game. This whole transformation really kicked into high gear back in 2017. That's when they shifted to this predictable 6-month release schedule. So instead of these huge disruptive updates every few years, Java now gets these frequent, easy-to-digest improvements with stable long-term support releases like Java 25 that big companies can rely on. Okay, one of the biggest game changers, which finally landed in Java 25, is virtual threads. And this is huge. It lets a single computer handle literally millions of things happening at once, with almost no memory overhead. And the best part? Developers can do it by writing simple, easy-to-read code. It basically solved a massive scaling problem that used to require really complex, headache-inducing code. And just look at this. This visual says it all. You want to see the transformation? Here it is, side by side with something called GraalVM native compilation. That old stereotype about Java being slow to start and a memory hog? Dead. Gone. We're now talking startup times under 50 milliseconds and memory footprints under 50 megabytes. That makes Java a top-notch choice for things like serverless and cloud-native apps. And the Java 25 release was just packed with other amazing stuff. You've got generational ZGC, which basically gets rid of those annoying application pauses, scoped values for a much safer way to share data. Oh, and the foreign function and memory API. Remember that one, we'll come back to it. Altogether, these things deliver incredible gains in performance and efficiency. So where is all this cool new tech being used? Well, it's thriving on the 2 biggest battlegrounds in tech today, artificial intelligence and the cloud. This quote just nails it. It really gets to the core of Java's new role in the world of AI. See, Python is still the king for training the models, but when you need to actually run those models in a high-stakes, real-world situation, Java provides the safety and the predictability that you absolutely have to have. Let me paint you a picture. An AI might come up with a creative idea for a financial transaction.
But then it's a Java service that acts as the nervous system. It's the adult in the room. It checks permissions, runs fraud detection that has to be right every time, and makes sure everything follows the rules. It's the essential sanity check for that powerful but sometimes unpredictable AI brain. And it does it incredibly fast. Remember that foreign function API from Project Panama I mentioned? Well, this chart shows how it lets Java talk directly to the GPU hardware that powers AI with almost zero performance penalty, completely crushing the old way of doing things. And in the cloud, all these modern features translate directly into saving a ton of money. GraalVM's tiny footprint means you can cram more apps onto the same servers. The superfast startup is perfect for serverless computing. And you can't forget the massive talent moat. There are millions of Java developers, which makes hiring and building things really reliable. It's no wonder that 41% of companies are switching to high-performance Java just to cut their cloud bills. So, after looking at all the evidence, what's the new verdict on Java here in 2026? Well, it's resilient, it has been completely reinvented, and it is still as reliable as ever. You know, when you get right down to it, Java's real superpower today is its crazy ability to combine that boring, predictable stability that businesses need with truly cutting-edge, innovative features. It just proves you don't have to be the trendiest new thing to be the most powerful. And this all points to a much more mature way of looking at the tech world. It's not about one language winning. It's about strategic specialization. You use Python for AI research, Go for cloud tools, Rust for super secure system stuff, and you use Java for that mission-critical enterprise backend and AI operations. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. And that right there is the new identity for Java. It's not a dinosaur. It's not obsolete. It has successfully reinvented itself into the deterministic, high-performance nervous system that this new era of AI absolutely requires to run safely and at a massive scale. And that leaves us with a final thought. In a world that seems to be getting more and more unpredictable every day, is having a technology that is reliable and deterministic maybe the ultimate competitive advantage? Thanks for tuning in.